Hi everyone, welcome to the Life Happens podcast. I am your host Grace, and our topic tonight, y'all, is your man, my man, and our man. Are we sharing, guys? Because I don't share well. But before we get into the topic, let me introduce my co-host, Kimberly Drake. What's up?
Hello.
Oh God, what's up with that? Hello. Okay.
I know, I'm just being friendly. Nice.
But you told me I couldn't talk in a high-pitched voice. Remember when you said I can't say hello, everybody?
I know I hate that.
She was like, don't use that damn accent and that damn high-pitched voice. She was like, cut it out.
Cut it.
And guys, I'm so excited about our host. We have Tanya. Before I even tell you about Tanya, she can tell you about herself, though. Tanya is somebody I worked with many years ago. And what she didn't know, because I was a mean mug, she was actually my favorite because I saw the most potential in her. I thought she was a freaking badass. And she does amazing things, but I'll let her tell you that. And one of the things I admire about Tanya, she can sell anything. She will sell you your damn gum that's in your mouth and you will buy it.
Oh no! I'm just honest.
Yeah, she's super honest. Like you'd be like, damn, did she just say this? Yes, she did.
Sorry.
So please introduce yourself to the audience. Tell them
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I'm just 35 and raising my kids, trying to live right and just be successful. I've been following Rabia forever, and I think she's absolutely amazing. And I just anything, anything that I can do to help and support. I'm here. I've always been like that, to see people be successful. At the end of the day, anything that I've done as far as my marketing services, my sales and marketing consulting, anything of that nature, my goal in life is to make people successful, because that is the way I've always been blessed. I've always been blessed by blessing other people. So
I like that.
Let me tell you, this woman was the most non-empathetic person when I first met her. Like, no, it was bad. Like but she could sell you anything. I mean, your sales were always high though. But
they'd be like, "Oh, this and this happened." Like, "Oh, okay. Well, so are you gonna buy or what?" Okay, not a problem. Not a problem.
Yeah, when I first started listening to your phone calls, I was like, "Did she just?" Yes.
So, and that's funny too. And in every industry that I've been in, from dealerships to the real estate and to where I'm at now with the custom containers, I always tell the story about how I give Rabia every kudos of teaching me how to be empathetic, because I catch myself sometimes still, because somebody else.
Rabia taught you that?
Yes, because I had not a single ounce of empathy in my body. I'm just like, oh. And then she taught me. It took a while, didn't it?
Girl. I was like, ma'am, somebody can't tell you a family member dies and you're gonna sell them HBO. Like, come on.
Well, ain't nothing free, okay? Like,
but honestly, when she got it, she was freaking amazing. But she was always amazing. The only thing she had to work on was the empathy part. And I was like, you had the voice. I mean, she sounded like she was 110 pounds with blonde hair soaking wet. Like she had the voice too.
Right.
So, yeah. It was really cool, but it was funny though. Oh my god! And then I don't think people really liked me because I used to mean mug everybody, not on purpose. I just looked unpleasant. That's all. Well,
I didn't think you liked me. I was like,
I did like
you. I was like, she don't like me. She don't like me.
Oh, that's funny.
She's always on me. Oh,
no. No, I was like you. I liked you in Aramis. I liked a lot of people. Now, there were some people I didn't like that guy. What was his name? Ed. Oh, my God. Remember Ed? He was nasty. That's another story. But anyway, guys, Your man, my man, our man. Are we sharing men? Are we placing the accountability on men when they cheat? Are we blaming the other woman? The side chick? Does she even know she's a side chick? I don't know. What has yours experience been? Let's start with you, Tom. Have you ever been in that situation?
Look, I've been in all the situations. It's just like story of my life. I can't get it right to save my life. Okay. But I will, I think it's different. What I have learned throughout the years, there are different situations, and you can always tell. And to me, I can always now that I'm older and I've been through certain different every aspect of this situation, you can tell who's lying and who's not lying. And me and Kim were having that conversation earlier where if the woman's acting crazy and doing this and actually being emotional about it, he's lying. He's not telling her the truth. Or if the other woman is being defensive or, just being a B word about the situation, she knows what she's doing.
Right.
And she thinks that she's going to take someone's man. Why? There's so many guys out here. If you are dealing with a woman, we're too old for that. But also that did take me to get older to feel that way too.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. I think it has to be raised in people. I think also it's the way women are raised and men,
Yeah. It's true. We don't teach our sons sometimes to be accountable because we're in an era right now or in a space right now where we teach especially our men child, it's okay to conquer all these women. It's okay to sow your wild oats. And, it's not okay because we're not teaching them to respect women. Are they going to do it? Probably. But if you have daughters and sons, you got to teach them, of course, your daughters to respect men and also in turn be respected and then teach just teach them that, model it. Okay, I think something's wrong with Felicia's. Okay, what about you, Kim?
In my instance, my husband's never cheated on me, but in my instance, with my girlfriends who have been cheated on by their spouses or their boyfriends or however that may go, whatever the relationship is, they've always wanted to confront the woman. It was always an instance like, I need to go talk to her. Like, I need to find out. I need to know I need to let her know what's going on. I need to let her know to leave, my man alone. And they have approached the woman and have like, listen, he's married, I'm with him, and giving them the rundown. In some instances, the person knew, in some they didn't. They were just like thrown back, like, really? But after they found out, in one instance, they continued to see the man, even after they found out that they were, that person was married. The relationship continued on his end. So I don't know. I don't think it's right to confront them. I think that you need to confront the man because that's the person that you're in a relationship with. The person that you are in the relationship with is the one that you should confront.
Yeah,
I've had some of my girlfriends say, "Oh, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait till he screw up and she's going to call me and I'm going to give her all the details." And they won't even talk to the woman at all. They're just sitting back, just like waiting, waiting for him to just mess up again. So yeah, I found it on both sides,
Right.
So,
Wait, do you guys understand this comment? Seems like this is a Betty Davis, the rock singer conversation. I don't understand this comment. Do you guys understand it?
Seems like this is a Betty Davis, the rock singer conversation.
Oh, she is a rock singer.
Yeah, but okay. So can you elaborate, sir, what you mean by that? Because I can't even comment on this. Thank you, but I don't.
I'm old. Betty Davis was a old time movie star,
Yeah, it says she is known for her controversial sexual oriented lyrics and performance styles.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
What do you think?
Maybe that's where this conversation's going. Maybe she probably made a song about confronting the other woman.
Probably, yeah.
Well, hold on. Have you listened to the song Jolene by Dolly Parton?
Right.
Yeah.
Baby, that song pisses me off. Read the lyrics. Like, I'm begging this woman to leave my man.
Yeah.
Good hell? Oh, God, that grabs me.
Oh.
No, that makes my scalp itch because it pisses me off. But anyway, no, I hate that song. Sucks.
I know. One thing I was talking about earlier was that when celebrities cheat with their nannies, like Jude Law, we blame the nanny. Like, if that nanny went in that house wearing skimpy clothes, he wouldn't have cheated. And so that's always a go-to for people in media. They always blame, who is she? How did she get him to do it? You know what I'm saying? And he has no blame whatsoever.
I mean, it's always like, oh, the woman wasn't paying enough attention to him. She wasn't having enough sex with him. Now let's be honest. When a woman cheats, that's a whole different thing. That's emotional. That means you have lost us. That means we don't like your ass. We don't like you.
A few times, I'm gonna be honest, because my last one, we were tit for tat. So every time you piss me off, I'm doing it back. And that is just, I think that's the mindset of our generation too. Is that, oh, well, you did it, watch me do it, and then it's never ending cycle of back and forth, back and forth. So now you're always either confronting the other person or the other man, the other woman. When after a while, it's just like, you know what, like, let's just go ahead and end this. Like, this is not good. Like, now and then usually that builds up to, like, usually he starts ending up dealing with multiple, and then now you're ready. You're like, hey, I'm done with that. Why do we keep going back and forth? So there, in today's generation, and it's a funny on Facebook. Like, I get my revenge. Like, get your revenge, sis. And sometimes in those toxic relationships, yeah, that happens. But then every time you do that, like, hey, I'm done confronting all these females. Like, hey, y'all know he's in a relationship. Y'all live together. They live together. Y'all know this. If that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do. Because, I'm finding my spiritual being. So now it's like, hey, it'll come back on you. It comes back on you, because how you took that man is how you are going to lose him. And I faithfully believe that now.
Do you really?
I've seen it. I do.
Wow.
Especially in this type of setup. Mm-hmm. If you know that this man is in a relationship, even if they're not married, so even not marriage, but they were leading down the road of marriage. Mm-hmm. If you think that you're so cute and you took this woman's man and now you're going to be happy with him, oh, baby, no. I do fully believe that. You lose them how you get them.
Wow. It sounds exhausting. The tit for tat sounds very exhausting. And I think, like you said, your generation is different to us, because there is no freaking way. I can't imagine. Like, now where I'm at, even younger. But then again, we older than you anyway. That was like, bye. And a lot of times, like, people say, do I know that I was cheated? I can't say that I know, but I know, if that makes sense.
You know,
but
I feel it.
Know, like obvious evidence. Like, I've had examples of when I had a fleeting thought, and then I asked the man the question, and his whole face told you, like, really? And it wasn't like I was looking. And that's the thing, you don't have to even look. One day you just have a random thought, and you're like, and then it turns out being true. Then that's like, yeah. What about you, Felicia? Have you ever been in a situation or you've known anybody that found out somebody was cheating, and then you want to go to the woman and tear her behind up and fight her?
No, I've never been that woman that wanted to fight another woman, but I do know, I was in a relationship with a guy. We were really, really good. He had a good friend girl that he had went to high school with. And I asked him, I said, hey, does she like you? And he was like, no, we just friends. We've been friends since, elementary, blah, blah, blah. And so I threw him a surprise birthday party. This was like when I was in college, like my first year of college. I threw him a surprise birthday party, and I invited her, and he was like, well, she probably didn't come. She doesn't know you that well, blah, blah, blah. Well, I was like, you know what? Okay. So after, I think we dated for like probably a few months, I found out that after we broke up, they go together. Now they're married with so many kids. They've been married for like over 20-something years now with kids.
Oh, wow.
But I knew that she had feelings for him, know. And I guess he just follows suit with it. But I think women know. I think you know.
We do.
Now, you may not know exactly, but it's something.
Right.
Something's not right.
Yeah, the intuition is real, y'all. That's. Yep. Let me read this comment, and I'm going to tell you what I was read about. Teresa says the commitment is between the man and his woman. The man should be addressed. Absolutely. I agree 100%. I was reading somewhere where it said that your brain is connected to your stomach. So when you have that feeling in your stomach, it's like go with it. Go. And normally, if you know, you're always right there. And you don't want to be right because you're like, I found my guy. Like this is freaking trash, and you're like, okay.
But yeah, I never got that fight the other woman
Mm-mm.
process. I've never understood that.
Me
Because now the only instance is if you're in a relationship and the woman keeps pursuing your husband, she's calling him, she's whatever. Because again, my husband is a coach, so women do have his number. But if she calls him at an inappropriate time or she does something like that, then you have to correct her. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but my husband, he can't talk to you at 10 o'clock at night. Right. Oh, I didn't mean no disrespect, but I'm just letting you know. And it's some women that, they know the man is married. They know he's in a relationship, but they could care less. It is women out there. I'm not saying that happened to me, but I think that's the only type of situation I see that I would confront her. Mm-hmm. But your man gave the woman the number. Your man is, in communication with this woman. They have some type of relationship. Right. So yeah, it's him. I'm shooting at him first.
Okay, I need to read some comments on TikTok. Kennedy 1906 says, blaming the woman makes no sense. He made the decision to cheat. Mm-hmm. And he should shut that down. Mm-hmm. I was married 30 years and never allowed that nonsense. And then Teresa says, woman intuition is for real, rather we are ready or not. Facts. Like, your God has built that into us. Like, we know. Right.
We know that we know that we know. We do. Yes, we really know. Now, when I first married William had a really good friend that he was really close to that he worked with. And so I didn't feel any kind of way. I mean, she was a really nice lady, And so one time William called me, he's like, hey, Stacy's car broke down. So I got to go and help her. And I was like, oh, okay. Go ahead and help her. She's just your friend. I don't care. I'm at home with a baby. I'm like crying baby at home. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. Right. And so William called me. He's like, man, I didn't get everything done. It's so late, and he was like, man, I think I might just stay on a couch. And I'm like, yeah, if that's, it's okay. I know Stacey's just your friend. I have no problem. William came home that night. William said, I didn't feel comfortable being away and staying away like that. I didn't feel comfortable. And so William, by himself, just kind of, the relationship just kind of severed on its own.
Right.
And he was just like, she was a single mom and she needed help with this and that. I didn't feel comfortable doing all that stuff for her because, so yeah.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And then that would have irritated me. I'd be like, let her walk home or wait till the freaking sun shines because that shit ain't happening. I'm sorry.
No, I think I was a little naive at that time.
I
was like,
you think so?
Mm-hmm. I need to read this comment, guys. Teresa says, I agree with Felicia. If a woman is overstepping boundaries, you have to check her. That's on general principle. Hell yes. Mm-hmm. And then TikTok says, ladies don't believe the nonsense.
But I wouldn't fight another woman. I'm in a relationship with a man, so why am I fighting a woman?
Yeah, I'm not fighting you. Okay, so I think we need to play the video, guys, and dissect it. But yeah, I'm not fighting over no man.
No, it's like Tanya said. There's too many men out there to be fighting a woman for.
Honey, listen. Because when one goes, there's another one around the corner. Because I know, well, you're married. Tanya, you're not married. The inbox is not dry. If we as women allowed the stuff that, let's be honest, the inbox is not dry, sis. Guy is dry. You can pick choose. So why am I gonna deal with your cheating behind?
Right. Right. And like with me, I have went and fought and I have done all that when I was younger. But now that I'm over 30, it's like, oh, I'm not married. I didn't get all that. No, you know what? At this point, let's just, have at it. Have at it, because like Rabia said, you know, you drop one, you get 20, and it's
Thank you.
even, and then you don't want none of them because it's like, oh God, here we go again. You know, it's
well, maybe the addressing the woman thing and fighting the woman thing has to do with maturity. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
definitely.
and then okay, just to add another dimension to that, usually when it's fighting the other woman, it's like a baby mama. It's a woman like that.
Yes,
Not
right.
necessarily
Not a wife.
a strange woman, but a baby mama. Y'all getting it?
Yay.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they're picking me bad too. But I need to read a couple more comments.
Okay.
Teresa said, fighting in 2023, I can't even. I feel you. I ain't fighting. Bye, sir. 100 Black says, in my experience, a woman can contribute to a man connecting to a second woman. This can happen.
And I said that too, because, you know, of course, in my experience too, it was like, hey, you didn't treat me like a man, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do this. And so I went to this other woman. Well, hey, if that's, you know, that's your priority, go ahead. Don't take us with you.
Right.
Don't lie about it, you know, because now you have us sitting at home lying to us, thinking that everything's okay, instead of being a man and communicating what the issues are and finding a way to fix it. So that's, you know.
Yeah, because some of the stuff I don't understand as being a married woman. I've had a married friend tell me her husband stays gone all night. You know, he doesn't come back until the next day. I'm like, where they do that at? Okay, because in my house we don't do that. You don't stay out all night and then I ask you where you been and you like what? No, we don't do that.
No,
unless you are working overnight, you need to be at home at night.
Thank you.
If you ain't at a job, you need to be at home.
I have a friend, her husband stays out at night too.
No.
But he says he's not cheating, but he does stay out.
No, but because I'm
no.
the night too though. Let me spend the night somewhere else and see how you feel about that. Let me go somewhere too. Like but you know what? We're not doing tit for tat. I can't do that.
So I would get to the point where I play tit for tat, but I honestly wasn't even doing anything. What I would do, and I always found out, I always did find out. But what I would do is I would take myself, I'd go get me a really nice hotel room. I took myself to a really nice dinner. I went and got a spa. I made, you know, and I'll, you know, again, it comes with maturity, but I want you to feel the hurt that I felt. But now
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. For me, if I was in that situation, because I know my husband so well, all I would have to say, oh, so this is what we doing? We spend the night overnight. Oh, okay. I think thanks for letting me know. And I wouldn't say anything else about it. And that would bother him that I'm feeling like this is what we're doing. You know, okay. This is what we doing. Okay. Gotcha.
If a man cares about you, right? If a man cares about you, all you gotta do is get dressed up. Wear the shortest ass dress you're gonna wear. Okay. Listen, you could be raining down the street.
Right.
Where you going?
Sitting outside eating a hamburger.
Yeah, not even doing anything. And you know your man, you could do those things. But to me, it's too exhausting. Like I don't want to do that. I'm like, I'm too old.
Work.
It comes with age. It does come with maturity. It really does. Also, too, I think it comes to levels of relationships because, you know, like, because y'all are married and then we have single and then, you know, like newly, you know, I feel like it's the level of the relationship you are with that person, because if you have that bond and that's your husband, definitely, you know, and I can just tell from conversation, you'll have that bond with your husband where, hey, y'all don't even play that kind of, you know, I was about to say that word.
Right.
Yeah. But y'all don't even play that versus someone like me who, you know, I'm single and, you know, of course, I'm probably picking the wrong guys, you know, that's still in that phase. And I'm trying to get to the marriage level, but I can't because now we have these conflict issues. So I think it's a maturity, it's an age maturity, it's a relationship maturity, and a life status. Yeah. How you handle things.
Yeah. I think everything from what you're saying, like even your experience, right? I think sometimes getting a good damn therapist, because I'm in therapy right now. I actually had a session today, and there's things I have to work on with regards to relationships because of how I move in certain areas. I'm a self-sabotager, baby. Try to get close to me too close. I'm gonna mess it up. And I don't do
too fast.
No, oh gosh. Try to rush me. I double dare you. I'm being like, I'm gone. I'm out of there. It's like it has to be paced. And of course, even though I'll tell the person up front, listen, slow down. They think, I don't know what they'd be thinking. Like, but also it could be the way I talk. It could be that I'm being flirtatious and they're getting the wrong message and I'm giving mixed signals. You understand what I'm saying? So some of the stuff is on me, and we talked about working on it. But I'm telling you, Tanya, go get your good therapist. I'll give you my therapist. Honey, she's bomb.
I need it. I ain't gonna lie.
She is so bomb. I realized, like, hey, sister, you probably have met some amazing men and you messed it up.
Oh, every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, I already know. Like, and this is a journey within myself and my self-reflection. Like, I know exactly who I messed up. Like, why did I do that? Like, oh, I was like, oh, you're crazy. You're just crazy.
But it's just past trauma, because trauma is connected to your nervous system. So that's why we just like, girl, yeah, no. Let me read some comments before I play the video. Teresa says, maturity emotionally, mentally, and spiritually changes things. Yes, Tanya. It does, baby. Because 100 Black says, falsely accusing him, she's actually the one doing the creeping. Then eventually, wow, there's a very giving and loving woman. Huh? Sometimes one doesn't know their spouse's sister is cheating. I don't know. We know as women. See, what you don't understand, and maybe you do. Women are the most sneakiest, baby. We could be doing so many things and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. We would not move differently. We would move the same. And you wouldn't know, for real though. Child.
No, I've done some stuff.
I mean,
Can't even lie.
he says a vice versa situation. Absolutely. You wouldn't know. You'll think you'll know, but you don't, honestly. We are slick. And really, when we hurt, you won't know. Okay, so I want to play the video. You guys ready for the video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Never approach a woman about your man. If that woman texts your man gave her his number to text him. If that woman calls your man called her first. If that woman is chilling with your man told her where to find him. If that woman is claiming your man assured her that he was single and available. Never blame another woman for talking to your man. That woman owes you absolutely nothing. Your man was the pursuer and the aggressor. Your man's behavior is a reflection of how he carries on behind your back. Because a man who truly loves you and loyal will never put you in a position to look that stupid. The day you gotta approach another woman to leave your man alone is the day you gotta leave your man alone. Never approach a woman about your man, because that woman owes you absolutely nothing and your man owes you an explanation. Be smart, date smart, choose wisely, and remember, I told you.
Baby, she said a mouthful.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Sure did.
I mean, that was some wisdom in a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel like he needs to be held accountable. Like, even in African culture, you know, like when I think about my parents' relationship, there were things that should never have happened. But she did not hold him accountable. She did not. It was always the fight with the neighbor across the street, because that was, you know, where my dad used to go. Well, I shouldn't have said that, my bad. That a certain family member used to go across the streets, okay? But my mother I never heard her raising her voice at all. And so he continued that. And that was acceptable. And it wasn't like she was cute either, so that's another thing. I mean,
I do not like women who will not address the elephant in the room. I don't like that. Address the elephant in the room. You cheating, I know you cheating. Okay? I'm not gonna pretend like you're not. When you say you're going out for beer or you're going bowling, I'm not gonna call the white rabbit a dog. I'm not gonna do that.
You coach the whole football game and you smell like soap. What? There are certain things. I've asked my husband about that. Like, it's a coach that I know coached the whole football game, and his wife said he came home smelling like he just took a shower. Because guess what, sis? He did.
Huh?
You know what he did.
Come on.
You know, but I wish you would. I wish you would. You know, because I am at the point in my life. When I hit 50, it seems like when you hit 40, something changes. When you hit 45, something changes. But when you hit that 50, it's like, I'm out. I'm out. I don't have time for it. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'll go buy me a toy and give me a boyfriend, and I'm good. I'm out. I don't have time. I don't have time.
Be specific on what toy. Okay, I'm being silly.
We got a recommendation list. We got the list.
Anyway, 100 Black says, "Oh, come on, the brother just wants a little sample of that twin." Bye.
Yeah, bye. We're not even on.
No.
But a lot of people,
But a lot of when I was looking and looking for videos and stuff, it was one video that got my interest, and this guy was saying that some men are not built to be monogamous, and we shame them when they try to be monogamous. So I'm like, okay, if you're not built to be monogamous, why get married?
thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
exactly.
Then you should never have got married.
No.
And I think men and women, though, not just men, because there are women out there. I believe I'm the one. At the end of the day, that's why I'm 35 or about to be 35 and still not married and still can't get it right. I want to one day, but I mean, it's not happening. So I think it plays both ways.
I think honestly, a good therapist will help because you'll realize. No, I'm serious. You'll realize why you move the way you move. One of the best things I ever done, y'all, was to figure out. And I did this test, my attachment style. Have you ever heard of that? The attachment style? There's like avoidant, anxious, secure. Anyway, I can't remember all of them. When I realized what attachment style was, I anxiously attach. That's why when you are anxious and you work towards secure, that's why I'm in therapy. But let me tell you about anxious people. If you don't call me at a certain time, I'm anxious. And then I just say, okay, wait a minute, why am I so focused on this? And I realized, okay, that's anxiety. Once I figured that out, and then also what helps is dating multiple people at one time. So I was telling my therapist today, you're not attached to anybody. Now you may have one that you really like, but if they don't text you or call you, you're good. Until you find somebody. And that's the smartest thing to do unless you have commitment. That's a whole other thing.
Right.
When you're in committed relationship, you're not dating everybody, right? When you're not committed, you're dating Dallas and the surrounding cities and Metroplex. And that's okay. And sometimes you may veer over into Oklahoma, and that's okay too.
That's okay.
But one thing that I did discuss with one of my single friends is I told her, like, she says she meets a guy, and some of the advice I told her, don't get so focused on one guy.
Yeah.
Date, because she meets a guy and she tries not to focus on that guy. And a lot of men just enjoy the chase. So as long as they're chasing you, you have their attention. Some men, once they got you, they're no longer chasing. You no longer have their attention. She's like, well, he doesn't call like he used to. He doesn't. Yeah, because when he calls now, you're, hello? I'm ready. I'm available. No. He's done. You're no longer chaseable. You're like, okay, if I call, she's going to be ready. And she said, I never thought about that. And you're right. Wow. He chases me. And once they get me, I'm like clingy, needy, Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Girl, I understand that because it's a game. It becomes like a game. So once you pull back, then he's chasing you, right? Then once you chasing him, he pulls back. I'm like, now bump this. And you're not even that cute, my guy. And that's the ones. The ones are not even that cute. Like I'm chasing you, and I'm like, I gave you ugly behind a chance.
Every time.
I mean, like you're not that cute. You don't take care of your body. I mean, nothing. And I gave you a chance, and you. Now those are the worst ones, though.
Yeah, but there's a simple solution, and it took me years and years and years of being married to figure it out. Stay in your own life. Men do. Men sit in their life. If they play football and video games before they met you, guess what? They're still playing football and video games. Right. But we tend to think we need to do something for this relationship. You don't.
Yeah. Because
it'll do it for itself. Like I go out on trips, I go to concerts, I go stuff. My husband chases me more than ever now because I'm no longer just kids, husband. I'm like, okay, now I'm Felicia. So just sit into your own self, your own life, doing what you love to do. The relationship will work itself out.
No,
it should be work.
That's so good.
Exactly.
You should focus on yourself, and everything it seems will fall into place.
It will fall in place.
It will, but we need to. Me and Tanya need to get men first. Like, we need to be like, we're not there yet.
Yeah, and then if someone comes and confronts us, if they want to come and confront us, or if the moment another female comes to me like, hey, you've been talking to my man, like, oh, okay, my bad. I don't even respond. I just block because it's happened, and I'm like, oh, not today.
You're done.
I do not respond. But hey, now I know that he's lying, and let's just go ahead and move on to the next one.
Right.
I was dating this guy in college. And we were dating. I mean, it must have been like a month. I mean, I had known him for 2 years previously. So we started dating. Like, I was back at home. So it's actually after college that we connected again. And we started talking all the time. He come over. So I was dating him for about a month. And then a girl called me and said, hey, are you talking to Aaron? And I said, baby, call him. Call and talk to him. And then I called him and I said, please don't have anybody call my house again. And that was in our relationship.
Yeah, but see, and I feel like too, though, I feel like maybe even just addressing it, because I need to know, like, hey, I need to know. So is this a thing? I just need to be validated that, hey, this is what's going on. Yes, he's lying. It just, like a simple, like, yeah, I've been hanging out with him, because I'm gonna be honest about it. Like, hey, yeah, he's been at my house. Like, my bad, sis, I didn't know. I need it, but if it happens to me, yes, I'm not gonna confront and try to fight her now that I'm 35. When I was 25, that was a different story, Right. But now that I'm older, I'm like, no, but I am gonna ask, because I do deserve to know, and I deserve to know the truth, because he's not gonna give me the truth, because that's gonna put it on him. Because he's always gonna try to throw it on somebody else. Let me go get this truth first. Okay. She done told me you've been talking, now what? Here's the hard facts. There's the hard facts.
Man, that girl crazy. Man,
yeah,
that girl,
she been wanting me. She's been wanting me.
Yeah, she's a stalker.
But again, why do you need that validation? Why do you need that validation if he's cheating on you and this woman has had the initiative? Because he needs to handle that. You're done. You need to keep on your happy path with your happy life. It's him that's gonna have to figure that out. That's on you, buddy. Because I'm still gonna move forward. I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm still living my life, but it doesn't include you. I was allowing you in my world, but you're no longer in my world because you got other things going. So I'm still going. I don't need, because if we're waiting for validation, we're never probably going to get it from him.
Right.
Because they're going to lie. Let me tell you something. I don't have to teach my 16-year-old son how to lie. Baby, he will lie till he dies. He will hang on to that lie. And I know it's a lie. I'm looking at the bank statement saying it's a lie, but he's going to hold on to that lie. So that's why I guess my thought process on men is a little different, because it's like, you're not going to give me my real value. I have to have my own validation. I know I'm enough. So
yes, and I think that self-acceptance is so real as you get older. Yeah. Once you realize it and you know your worth and you can accept the crappiest things about yourself, that's when it's a game changer. When you reach that 40 mark, let me read these comments. Felicia says, facts, the 40 and 50 milestones are real. Yes, they are, because baby, Andrew Black says, as 19, I had the experiences back in the day of 2 girlfriends 2 blocks away. I couldn't block 4. One is enough here in America for sure. Hey, Ben. Teresa says, Felicia, yes, keep your goals and interests. They shouldn't disrupt your relationships, but you need a life or you will lose yourself. Listen, I was married for 20 years and my focus was that man and them kids. So much so, y'all, that after I got divorced, I didn't even know what I like for breakfast.
Right.
I done myself. I was buying food that I didn't even like.
Oh, I had a friend did that. When her husband died, she was like, I really don't like meat.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And she had to find out what she liked and what did she like to do, because everything was centered around her husband. Wow. All her whole life. They've been married like over 40 years. So that was her whole life. He was her whole life,
I have friends like that with their kids. Like, their kids is their whole life. And when their kids leave, they're like devastated,
I know.
Yeah, let me read this comment. The ones who aren't that cute, who do that, are the ones whose egos become enlarged, regardless of the features of the woman. They finally got one, so it's now onto another. Baby, you can take your behind onto another because I realized the error of my ways. And I went to therapy, honey. So I am good. See, that's the thing. And I say this all the time, people don't break your hearts. They break your expectations because you
Right.
expected something.
Yeah.
Expected a certain treatment and behavior. So, honey, you didn't break my heart, baby cakes. My expectations, you were like, oh, you didn't meet that. But then you realize that, oh, wait a minute. I was functioning in trauma. I was being led by my trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And once you understand that, you like, go on, bye.
No tears for him walking out the door, huh? It's like goodbye.
Well, it's not like you hate the person because your hate is so you put so much energy. That means I gotta remind myself of what you did. I gotta do mess over and over. And the freaking thought is exhausting. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I mean, okay, this is kind of like a side note, kind of off the subject, but not off the subject. You know how like you watch those back in the day, we used to watch Sally Jesse Raphael and Maury Povich and all those people. Anyway, well, it used to be people come on there, they've lost like 100 pounds, and the bully from high school comes on there, and the bully from high school say, so you still fat? Oh, you built funny. They don't care, but you have spent your whole 3-4 years of your life trying to lose this weight to show them, and they do not care at all.
They want
to come back with more insults, So yeah,
they're not thinking about you. They're like, okay, and so
Congratulations!
Like you still look funny.
You
still ugly.
You still feel bad. I'm like, okay. Like says, I have observed.
Oh,
but it's true that you shouldn't do things for other people. You should do it for yourself.
Yeah,
right.
Sometimes you got to find out for yourself.
Right.
Right. Because the reality is, if you think you're too fat, if you don't like your stomach, if you don't like your legs, there's somebody out there that's gonna love those things that you hate about yourself. Right. So you don't have to do the things you think to change yourself. Right. The reality is, I've lost a lot of weight. Okay, when I look at myself sometimes in the mirror, I still see a fat girl, and I'm not fat. Like I know, like mentally, I know I'm not big, but I still see that, and I have to sometimes talk myself down. Like, hey, sweetie, you know what you used to be. You could be back there, but you made a decision to change your life, and you're not there. And sometimes I have to work with that, but I also have understanding. Again, being in therapy, knowing myself. Accepting myself, like, listen, I'm never gonna have a stomach like a 20-year-old. That's okay. Some men will kiss these stretch marks.
Right.
I mean, and that's okay. But I have to be comfortable with myself, and I'm still working on it.
But we do that with relationships. You have two relationships: the one in your head and the one that you're actually in. A lot of women stay in that relationship in their head that they think that they're having. And you even have conversations with yourself about that relationship in your head. And you don't have that same relationship with that physical human being. So we kind of have to figure out what is what. Am I in my head, or is this our relationship?
No, it's true. I need to read this comment on TikTok because it's so valid.
Okay.
He says, women and children are loved without condition. Men love under the conditions they provide. Do you guys agree with that? I can hear you, Kim. Can you hear Kim?
Her mic is off.
Yeah, her mic is on mute. You muted your mic. Kim, your mic is mute.
Child.
To mute it. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Sorry. What did you say, Robbie? You repeat that?
Okay, so the comment says, women and children are loved without conditions. Men love under the conditions they provide. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you agree or not now? Not I guess. Your yes need to be yes and your no need to be no, sis.
Well, yes, I guess I agree with that.
Yes and no. And see what happens when men are loved unconditionally by their mothers. That's always a train wreck.
Oh my God, girl. Listen, my ex is he lives with his mother currently, and she is an enabler, okay? And she loves that baby, baby, no matter what he does.
Unconditional.
Beats his kids, beats his ex-wife or whatever. He does nothing wrong because she told my kids, your father is such a great man. He was such a good husband. Maybe were you sleeping with him, living with him?
Why are moms like that though? Why? I don't understand that. I have a friend whose husband, every time they have a fight, he runs his mom. It's like I don't understand why moms are so enablers to their sons. I don't well, yeah, I'm not enabler to my son, so
But
if he's
I
watching, he
think
knows.
the father's role, because me and my husband had this conversation, the father's role in that son's life is so important too. And I think sometimes when it's not that balance, it's a bad thing. Because it's sometimes that my husband be like, stay out of it. No, I got this. Because a mother's love is naturally unconditional. Well, don't be so hard on him. And I get that look of death from my husband. Okay, all right. I can't teach him how to be a man.
This is a side note, y'all. I gotta say this, but a man that can look at you and make you shut up, that shit is hot. That is hot. Like I'll be like, oh, because I'm very opinionated. One time, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll be quiet. But not any man can just do this.
No.
It's criteria, okay?
Yeah.
You're sitting on the and playing video games and come tell me that, this whole nothing, no. And staying high and drink, no, you can't. You can't tell me anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just think it's a balance.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's because they're raised by single moms, and moms have a need to overcompensate because there is no dad there, so they overcompensate for their sons.
But
sometimes it's their dads are there, but the dads are not present, and that's bad too.
Yeah.
But hold on, I'm a single parent now because my ex is not as active as he needs to be. But I have a brother, and I have been raised in an African mentality where each child is your child. Every child is your child. So my brother checks my son ferociously, and I don't say a word. Even though I may feel a certain way, I say nothing. Because what he's telling him is truth, the stuff that he observes, things that I can't tell him. I don't have a base in my voice. Because I can say clean your room 10 times. But when I call uncle on FaceTime, he stands straight. And he's bigger than my brother. But there's something that a man can do that we cannot do. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Right. And that's the importance of your village. You have to have a village. Like my son has a lot of other men in his life as well that will check him. Like if my husband's not there and my son is on the field and it's another coach there, he already know Coach so-and-so gonna check me if I get to acting crazy, or Coach so-and-so gonna let me know. So it's a village. Even with the 2-parent home, you still need that village of other men in your son's life that he can see as an example.
I absolutely agree. I need to read some comments on TikTok because this is so good, y'all. That's why we have a generation of soft ass boys in men's bodies. Facts. Like that is factual. Also, but the father's role is tainted by false patriarchal standards in America. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Teresa says, I'm a boy mom and I will check them with truth. It may not be in front of everyone. Now, let me tell you about Teresa, baby. She don't play no games. That's my girl. I've seen her in action. And she's right. She doesn't do it in front of everybody, but she will check her sons. And her sons are huge. Tall, 6'7", and I mean, and she's not a short lady, but she's short compared to that.
Yeah.
I mean, they stand in line. And
yeah, I appreciate moms that do that. The ones who have sons and how they will set them straight, like who you talking to,
right?
Or, and just set them straight right then. I'm not gonna set you. I know you a man, but I'm gonna set you straight now. These other moms who let their sons talk to them, go do what I said.
Oh, I was watching Dr. Phil, and it was this little boy talking about, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I want to be a content creator, and I literally fell off the couch when he said he sleeps in the master bedroom. His mama sleeps in the other bedroom.
Boy, bye. I'm not doing that. You don't pay the bills.
No.
I wish I
said, I wish I would. Yeah. I don't care if I got an air mattress in the master bedroom. You're not sleeping in there.
At all.
Like, really? But the roles, and you hear I don't know millenniums, Gen X, I don't know what I am, but whatever. But you hear the younger generations talk about, our parents need to respect us and give us respect, and respect. And it's like, okay, respect is earned. Your parents earn respect because they provide for you, they give you your necessities in life, you in turn give respect by following the rules of the household. And it's like it's this whole generational war, and kids feel like they can talk to their mama any kind of way. I've seen kids talk to their parents, and I've heard my kids say, "Are you talking to your mama?" They're like, "Yeah." Oh, I couldn't talk to my mama like that. Yeah, you be picking up your face, your teeth, everything else off the floor.
We'll fight. We will fight.
When I was moving Shelby into her dorm, another girl was was going to be a roommate. And I was like, hey, my name is Deborah Meta. And the girl says, Barbara, come on. And I was like, is that
Barbara?
what she talking to?
Well, hold on. What was the nationality?
She's white.
Goodbye. Like, I knew you were gonna say this. I'm sorry for my white people out there. I love you. I'm half white.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen. Barbara.
And I was like, and then she's like, shut up. And I'm like, oh, okay.
No.
Like, you talking to your mama, that's your mama.
Yeah, that's your mama. Yeah.
And her mom was like, stop. Yeah.
But I think that I actually feel sorry for the younger generations, because the men, they are built different. They are built real different.
They are.
I hear them say stuff and it's like, are you serious? Like, dude, are you serious? Like, they're built different. These younger men are built different.
No, they are, but even the girls too, because my youngest, she say anything. And you like, and Layla will be like, my oldest will say, but we could never have said that to you. You're right. Maybe Layla said one time she said the word crap. I spanked her behind. Now if they say crap, I'll say don't say that, but the energy's not there. I'm like, it's just, okay, she said crap, okay. But I have to check Aliyah a lot more, and I talk to Aliyah, which is the youngest, a lot stronger than I even talk to Layla as a 20-year-old. They're built different.
Yeah.
I talked to was last week. I got into her face because she was trying to check me. No, check yourself, sister.
Oh, baby.
Who are you talking to? I tell you, you forgot. And my accent was thick. I was talking English and Zulu at the same. When I get to that point, they all stand on this because they know you've gone past go. And then I took all this shit. It's my shit. It's mine.
Is she the middle child?
She's the baby.
She's the baby.
Oh, yeah. And see, my middle child is that one that I have to really hide the guns because, yeah.
Yeah, you do. Like, they just,
they try.
Yeah, and she's real sarcastic too. So a lot of times I let her go and I let her build. And she said one thing, and she said the most stupidest thing. Girl, I flipped. I could have their fridge. I went boom. She's the type of child that needs it every couple of weeks. And then she's okay for like a month or so. And then she gets real relaxed.
My kids are 20, 25, and 23. You still can't talk to me. I'm sorry. They know it. And they know that. And they're in their 20s. And they know they can come at me any kind of way. I'm sorry.
Now,
but that's my parenting style, I guess, even at their age, It's like
my daughter plays. Y'all remember that game, Pressure Luck? And the little whammy comes up. My daughter keeps getting a whammy. She doesn't understand why she gets the whammy because she presses her luck every time. And it's like, and my oldest will say, mama crazy. Mama is crazy.
And then our oldest will warn, like Layla will warn them and say, hey, you're going to about to flip on you. They know us. But no, you still trying. You still
going too far.
A gentle parenting. What do we think about that? The new parenting style is gentle parenting.
Oh, wow.
But
I think that like with me, I have a 17-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. And in all honesty, I was probably way more strict on them when they were younger.
Yeah.
I was young, but now that they're older and stuff, I'm a little bit more relaxed because now we grew up together. So we built that relationship. So I don't know if I would be considered a gentle parent because I trust my kids. I don't believe that, and if they can get disrespectful in the heat of the moment, but I've also learned that it's the way that I talk to them because now they're older I have to respect the fact that especially my daughter, she's a young adult, and I mean, she's my, she. I always say, I probably even shouldn't say this, but she's my mom, and it's not that she's my mom, but we grew up together, and she's the complete opposite of me. She's gonna say what I'm not gonna say, and she's gonna stick up for what I'm not. But when she was little, I used to hand it to them. They used to be scared of me. Now I think they're scared of me, but I don't have to whoop them, or I don't have to hit them with nothing, or grabs.
Right.
Like I don't have to get to that point. They know when I'm disappointed in them, and it was just that I kind of scared them when they were little, but now that they're older, it's more okay. My mom is my friend. She's, I can be honest with her, because at the end of the day, I want y'all to be honest with me, because I'm young, y'all are young, and we're doing this together. So I don't know if that's like the same thing as gentle parenting, but I feel like I transitioned into that like hardcore, strict mom who was on her kids all the time, to now it's like, okay, well, hey, they're older. I mean, you're going to make your decisions, because when I was 17, I was pregnant, and she's nowhere near that. So
Yeah.
I think you transition into their personalities, as Robbie was saying, and on how you handle them. That does have a lot on how they handle situations, because, me at 17, if my boyfriend cheated, I was going to be out there fighting. My daughter, she's like, next, because we had her little situation. She was sad, but next thing you know, she's like, I don't even care. And then me, I was her age, and I'm trying to fight everybody, So,
Well, I don't think that's
that
gentle parenting. I think that's parenting progression. Because when my kids were little, I spanked them. No, don't touch that. Don't do this. Don't, and they got spankings when they were little.
Yeah.
By the time you're 9, 10,
Yeah.
if you ain't got it by now,
spanking.
Yeah.
you're not in special education, there's something going on with you. Because I really feel that you're trying to spank a 12 or 13-year-old is really unnecessary. That's something that should have been handled years and years ago as your child. You're training. That's part of training your child, not training as
right. I hear you.
in a negative way. But they're learning. They're learning their boundaries. They're learning the boundaries. Like, okay, we don't say this to mom. We don't talk to mom like this, or any adult. So, and I think as they get older, like my daughter's 24, it's like my parenting with her is totally different. It's not even really parenting. It's like, well, that's your decision. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna go towards that? So it changes. What do I look like trying to spank my 19 and 20-year-old?
Yeah.
It's like that's crazy. So it's it's progressive.
Even my 12-year-old.
It's progressive.
No, and I like what Tanya said though. They talk. You talk to them. I think
you have to.
Yes, as I've grown and even healed myself, I sit in environments where my kids know they have a voice. That's the thing. I don't know, in me, I didn't have a voice.
Right.
Anything to you, you shut the hell up, because that's an adult. I don't raise my kids that way. You have a voice, and I'm going to listen to you, and your voice is important. And that's why they're so comfortable sharing everything. And yeah, I can trip out on them, but at the end of the day, they know they can come to me and talk. Because by the time I trip on you, it has been built up. We've talked about it over and over, and now I have to enforce it. But one thing I have done differently when I used to spank my kids, I never spank them when I'm angry. Like I would wait until I am completely calm, and then you don't have that much energy to spank their butts anyway. And now, because you're no longer mad, but now they're bigger than me, all three of them. Like, what do I look like? You're saying,
yeah. I think we stopped spanking the girls when they were like 7 and 8. It's like, okay, there was no more spankings. It was like, give me your phone. Give me your phone for 2 days. It was stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to build a relationship. You have to build a relationship with them so that you can have a relationship with them when they're older.
Agreed.
When they are in their 20s, when they are in their 30s and 40s,
and they want to be around
you. Talk to, huh?
And they want to be around you.
And they want to be around you, exactly.
Right. But I think the thing that I don't like about the gentle parenting is the disrespect. You can have it. I told my kids, they can say, they can have their opinions or whatever, but the rules of this house is the rules of the house. I listen to what you have to say and I'll explain, but the rules here are this. I understand what you're saying, but these are the rules. In some instances of that gentle parenting, I see a lot of disrespect from young kids. I'm talking about like 4 and 5. They're, shut up, mommy. You do, that to me is kind of like, okay, I don't think we're going in the right direction with this.
Guys, we are getting close to the end here. Let's find out what everyone has for closing talks
I
here.
want to get the last comments. Teresa
Okay.
says you have to decide what works for each of your children in various stages. That's a fact.
Yeah,
That is
that's true.
everything
Yes.
will work.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll start off. Your man,
Mhm.
my man, our man.
Nah.
No, honey. No. Mm-mm.
No, sweet.
Nope. I say address the elephant in the room. That's my advice out there. Address the elephant in the room, ladies. Don't be afraid.
Mhm.
What about you, Tanya?
I definitely not at this age now, definitely not going to go for it anymore. I think that the way we do address it is where we're at in life and our maturity level, which can go back to the parenting style and how we were raised. You know, again, I will address it because I want to have that. I want to know, like, hey, yes, this is what happened, because when I go to him, I'm going to hit him with facts. I'm gonna let him lie, and then it's done, because now you're not a husband. And in my situation, you're not a husband, you're a boyfriend, and there's 1,000 other boyfriends trying to get in your position. So,
Thank you.
you know, I'll confront, but I'm not fixing a fight. Like, I'm too old to fight, and I get out of breath now. 5-year-old me, that's different.
Tanya say too old to fight. Too old to fight.
Too old.
Yeah. What about you, Felicia?
Well, in that situation, it would be, was my man, is
Right.
your man, I'm done.
Yeah.
But I don't care. It's either my man or your man. It's never gonna be That's it.
Yeah. I agree with everything you guys said, and nobody has the energy to fight now. I'm not going, and plus, I'm not going to go to jail anyway.
Yeah, I got too much to lose.
Yes.
I'm not going to jail. Like, how I look going to jail? No.
Yeah, I don't want one of those pictures. They never go away. Those little mugs.
No.
They never
Unless
go
you
away.
then you become, TikTok famous.
where they're like, "Ooh, she's hot. Let me get her bail money." You know, the ones that they're like, the guy. Like, I wonder what she did.
No.
Yeah, Tony, thank you for coming on, and we want you to come back another time.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
I'll be here. I'm here. I have free time now.
Come, I'll share some topics with you, and then see, what ones you want to do, because we really enjoyed you. You had such great impact. I thought about things that you said, things I hadn't even thought about. So
that's good.
That's good. Really good.
Yeah. Well, thank you, ladies. I'll see you all soon. Bye.
All right, bye.
Next week, guys.